I'm awake, I think. Oh gosh. The end there. Haha, I am wired for sound. Okay. Oh, I am just so tired. It's been a long morning. I know it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, but I'm tired and it feels like morning. The hubby, who has long COVID, tested last night just because he was paranoid because he's been feeling kind of icky. So about 2 o'clock in the morning, no, about 1:30 last night, he finally got paranoid enough and said, "You know what? I'm going to test." It came up positive. So I tested with, because he had one of the 15-minute tests, one of the last ones we had in the house. So he tested, it popped positive. So we're like, okay, I'm not feeling anything, but I am closest to him. I should test. Mine came up negative. I had a half-hour test, which was one of the newer tests. So he took, hi Vanna, he took one of the half-hour tests. It came up positive. So we're like, so with all of this, I did not manage to crawl into bed until after 3 a.m. Ooh, do I still? I still have coffee. I thought I finished it. Hello, baby girl. Mm. So, sent an email to our fabulous primary care doctor saying, hey, guess what? Included pictures of the tests. And then, pretty much as soon as the office opened this morning, he called our doctor. Doc sent script for Paxlovid to our regular pharmacy. Pharmacy calls, yeah, by the way, we don't have any in stock because, yeah, we ran through our stock of Paxlovid in the last 72 hours. Apparently, our little bitty town is a hotbed of COVID right now. Fucking fantastic. And they're like, yeah, the other grocery store in town has some in stock, so we're gonna send your script over there. And oh, by the way, your insurance said that you need to do this because they don't want to cover it. So here's the phone number. I'm not awake yet, so I'm getting the phone number. Roll out of bed, take the dogs out because that's the morning routine. Call the phone number while I'm out with the dogs, and the phone number's like, "Oh no, you can't do that via the phone number." I am so not surprised. I am so not able to shield right now. So I call the phone number, and they're like, the computer's like, "Oh no, you can't do that on the phone number. You have to go to this website." Seriously. So I go to the website. Thankfully, it was quick and easy and relatively painless to do it via the website. Get to the grocery store where they got transferred to, which, by the way, is the one that both of the boys are now working at. And he's like, ooh, I don't think they have my insurance information there anyway. So take the insurance card. Well, I'm like, the Safeway said the insurance wasn't covering it. So get there. They haven't processed the script yet. So I get to wander around the grocery store for a bit. That's thrilling and exciting. Grocery store at 10 o'clock, 10:30 in the morning. No, 11 o'clock in the morning. Oh my, this is thrilling and exciting. There is absolutely nothing I need at the grocery store at 11 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely nothing interesting to look at the grocery store at 11 o'clock in the morning other than the Squishmallows, which I've looked at 15 times already anyway. So get back to the pharmacy, have the little whoop-de-jigger that, Safeway said I needed because the insurance wasn't going to cover it. Have his insurance card in the wallet just in case. And go get the script, and they're like, "Oh yeah, his insurance covered it." And I'm like, "You have the correct insurance on file, right?" "Yep." So, have I mentioned recently how much I despise the American healthcare system? Because I do. I really fucking do. Then I get home. Thankfully, he's talking to the family therapist. She's pretty cool. We like her. She's seen all of us for better part of a decade at this point. And then he finally convinces the oldest hellspawn to test. Because the oldest hellspawn has been sick for better part of a month. We'd convinced him to test previously for COVID, and it came back negative. So, no big there. Yeah, because it came back with a vengeance about 4 days ago, 5 days ago-ish. Yeah, guess what? He popped positive too. I have my pre-op. I meet my freaking neurosurgeon tomorrow. I did the x-rays for this yesterday. It's for my neck so I can feel my thumb again. I've already missed this appointment once. I don't want to do it again. I'm going to drink my coffee now. And of course, it's cold. Fuck my life. So, needless to say, I am sleep deprived. I am cranky. I am depressed. And I just want to sit here and cry. And then, on top of all of the rest of this, our little town here in Washington. So the town, for those of you who don't know me that well, if you have seen the TV show Twin Peaks, you have seen my hometown. We had this wonderful man. His name was Bert. Everybody knew him because he was always out walking. He just, everybody knew him because he was always out walking. He was friendly, said hi to everybody. One of the few born-again Christians I can tolerate because he truly embodied his faith. And the odd thing is he was a Jehovah's Witness, which we won't go into that. Thank you, Chinny. I appreciate it. Bert made it to see 100. Damn near made it to 101. He passed away about a week ago, and his celebration of life is tonight. I had planned on going. I am not going with COVID running rampant, not only in my house, but in my town. So I am now rather bummed about that, too. But on the upside, that means that once I am done with today's live, I can go sleep and not worry about oversleeping and missing that, because the only thing I have left today is my weight loss group, which the VA is requiring me to do so I can continue to take my med. That is working. Because that's my other good news. I was at the VA yesterday for my pulmonary function test. That was fun. And the VA had my weight at, I want to say she said it was 227. And I got the joy of correcting her and saying, nope, I am down under 220 for the first time in years. I was at 219 when I weighed myself yesterday. I am thrilled that it is working because for weeks, I had 1 week where I started taking it, and I dropped like 5 pounds the first week and a half, 2 weeks. I was ecstatic. Then I didn't weigh myself the second week. Then I weighed myself the third week because, the weight loss group was weekly. And I had only lost 1 pound, but it was also, that week of the month. So I'm like, okay, I can deal with that. And then I got the munchies hardcore for like a week and a half and got paranoid. So I didn't weigh myself. And I didn't weigh myself. And I didn't weigh myself. So, I started out at 227, weighed myself, and I was down at 223. Then the next time I weighed myself, I was back up at 224. So I was scared. Didn't weigh myself for a long time. And then I weighed myself last week and laughed my ass off because it was at 222.2. It was all two. So I was ecstatic about that one. It was just hilarious. And then, like I said, I weighed myself yesterday and I'm down to 219 and I'm so freaking happy. And I am so sorry I'm talking numbers. I hope I'm not triggering anyone. I apologize for that. I'm really happy about that one. And I'm not losing weight for anything other than my knees and my health, because I know it's affecting my health. Otherwise, I like my body. I like it most of the time, other than when it hates me. So, we shall get started with our cards. I am loving this deck because it's cats, and I love cats, and they're absolutely adorable. The furry fucking overlord. So today's first card is a sleepy kitty, 9 of C. The time we spend in sleep isn't just for the rest and refreshment of our physical bodies. Deep in the dream world, we visualize all the wonderful things that we deserve and crave, and by wishing for them, we begin to make them real. In this place of mystical imagining, there is no fear, no doubt, nothing but the sweet, purring assurance of well-being. Anything a cat can dream can come true. The cat's advice. Your dearest dreams and most heartfelt wishes can all come true now, if you believe. Love, beauty, and happiness are all meant for you. Open yourself to receive them. All good things come to those who dare to dream. Our next card, we've had this one recently, is the Eight of Earth. It's the mama cat taking her kittens out hunting. We are born with powerful instincts, but skills must be acquired. This cat has taken her kittens on a nighttime hunting expedition. Watching her carefully, the kittens learn to be focused and alert. They observe how she is aware of every sound on the evening breeze, every rustle in the tall grass. Her familiarity with the terrain allows her to move swiftly and surely. Her confidence communicates itself to her litter, who follow trustingly in her footsteps. The cat's advice. All skills improve with practice. Don't expect to be good at something the first time you attempt it. I really need to take that advice to heart. Okay. Luna is behind me and licking, and it sounded like she was about to herc up a hairball. With time and discipline. Okay, I'm backing up here. All skills come with practice. All skills improve with practice. I'm not having a good day. Don't expect to be good at something the first time you attempt it. With time and discipline, you become more and more adept. It can help to find a good teacher who will share her expertise. If you are the master yourself, it's time to pass along your legacy of excellence. I like that. And then, my favorite card, the Tower reversed, which is not necessarily my favorite. Cats prefer things that remain stable, and we always pause to consider the situation to make sure it is safe before proceeding. Alas, not all things are within our control. Sometimes even a trusted structure will topple unexpectedly, rousing us from our rest with startling violence. This is true, Vanna. This is not a time for hesitation. Survival depends on quickly adapting to the changing situations or changing conditions. I can read, really. At such times, instinct takes over. Turning in midair, we find the horizon and orient ourselves to land safely, observing the shock with flexible grace. The cat's advice. Changes may have left you feeling adrift and ungrounded, unable to get your paws back on solid ground. A feeling of psychic vertigo makes it hard to know which side is up or which direction to take next. Wait it out and let the dust settle before you take further action. And honestly, I have a feeling that card was talking straight to me because of this COVID shit going on right now. Ugh. Because let me tell you, that is certainly a curveball thrown in my direction today. Hoo boy. So, our oracle cards. Why can I never remember the word oracle cards? All right, so when it comes to dreaming our dreams, we are committing to those dreams with commitment and practicing our skills, unlocked potentials. So there's a lot of potential there to unlock. We have to practice. I like this. And then changes. Being patient, waiting out the changes, letting things settle down. There will be a return. I'm betting that means there's going to be a return to some semblance of normalcy. Really, camera? Will you please refocus? Come on. Refocus. Nope. Wait, maybe. Did it? I can't tell. Nope. Maybe. Am I focused, or is it my eyes that are not focused? I'm having a day. All right. Click. Click. Ha ha. And grab the keyboard and bring my notes back up. That was the wrong window. Dingle hoser. Uh-huh. There we go. I am waiting for him to show up one of these days, just randomly, because he heard me use that. Dingle hoser. A friend from high school. That is, or was, his screen name online. And I love the word because it's not Dingleberry, which is a little pooplet dangling from a bunny usually. But it's not exactly an insult, but it sounds like an insult. So, but I'm just waiting for me to invoke it 3 times like Beetlejuice and have him show up. I'm weird. We all know this. So, it did. It did. And see, Warren's last bout with COVID almost killed him anyway. I'm terrified. I am straight up terrified because, on top of the fact that his last bout was awful, every time someone with long COVID gets COVID again, it makes it worse. He has been deteriorating rapidly enough. I am fucking terrified of what this is going to do. Because it's not that I'm worried about my ability to take care of him or anything to do with me. I mean, this barely affects me. I am straight up concerned about my husband. He is having enough trouble dealing with his disabled state in the state he is now. I cannot imagine what is going to happen to him if this makes him worse. I'm terrified. And yes, the 2 of you that are here now are friends of mine on Facebook. My friend said, don't borrow trouble. And I understand where they are coming from. And I love you, Feifei. You are doll, and you are one of my dearest friends. But what I didn't say in the post I made where I said I am terrified is everything I just did. He has long COVID. There are studies that are showing that people with long COVID who contract COVID again deteriorate faster and they get worse. And he is already making noises about, thinking he's not going to live 5 more years. I can't think like that. I can't. I know I can't do that. And with this, I'm about to lose my ever loving shit. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Today's rune is Ansus inverted. So it's kind of the F looking dude upside down. Divinity is Odin. The letter, oddly, considering, as I said, it looks like an F, the letter is A. The symbol is Odin's coat. The element is air. The tree is an ash tree because Yggdrasil is an ash tree. The plant is the fly agaric. The stone is the lapis lazuli, the agate, the sapphire, and the aquamarine. The color is blue as the sky, and the animal is the raven. Quoth the raven nevermore. Ansus inverted. Problems with older people are likely. Wonderful. There may also be problems with studies, the throat, or communication, or wasted efforts in other directions. As this rune relates to all forms of communication, be prepared to find your telephone calls not returned, your letters unanswered, your travel plans upset, or your clarity of thought muddied. We have COVID in the house. I mean, come on, all of that's going to be except the letters. As far as the rune of the day, a lack of communication, awareness, clarity, either in your past or present position. You may not feel right in accepting what is being offered, or you may feel that life is passing you by. This is a time to clean out the old and to make way for the new. In relationships, inverted Ansus may signify a deception coming from your partner or anyone close to them. If the situation raises doubts and concerns, try to figure out the truth behind it. Ansus in an inverted position can be interpreted as obstacles in the relationship caused by relatives. Another meaning of this signifies a person who can't take the first step in a relationship because of personal concerns. As far as work goes, inverted Ansus in this layout may indicate insincere colleagues who are biased towards you, looking for how to impose additional responsibilities on you or deprive you of your bonus. Another meaning of such a rune is the interference created for the job task that you are managing. True, you yourself may not understand this, but because you do not see visible motives and prereqs for such a position of those authorities. And the reason is probably from the past. So, our key takeaways: misunderstandings, delusions, manipulation by others, and boredom, vanity and grandiloquence. God, I love that word. disregard, irrationality, creative blocks, missed opportunities, and ego. Nice. So, what's up, puppy girl? Hi. What's doing? Hi. Did you come to say hi? Or do you want out? Give me a sec. Okay. Well, move your big butt. Move your big butt. Oof. Okay. Here we go. Out you go, baby girl. Freedom. Okay, today's goddess. Not sure why, but it was one of those I was just kind of flipping through, and some days I'll pick a goddess and I'm like, yeah, that one doesn't feel right, so I just kind of keep flipping. Nope, today I flipped and I'm like, yep, that's today's goddess. So today's goddess is Kali. She is a goddess of shadow. She is Indian. And I had to correct myself there because I had originally said she was Hindu. The goddesses are attacking me. So, wild goddess of destruction Kali existed before Hinduism came to India. I did not know that. And actually, I think I did, but I had forgotten. She was rumored to have been born at the beginning of time, manifesting when demons threatened the earth. Kali is also known as a dark incarnation of the goddess Parvati. Her uncontrollable dance of destruction saved the world, but then began to destroy it until her beloved Shiva lay at her feet to help her regain control over her actions. For those who worship Kali, she is a warm and loving mother figure. Depicted with black skin and a pointed tongue, Kali is a loyal guardian for those who call upon her for protection. She is responsible for life and death, and her powers bring protection, health, abundance, and fertility to her devotees. Kali's chaotic nature and her wild, disheveled snake hair speak to her primordial nature, and her extreme personality makes her difficult to understand. Her followers believe that to understand her is to be truly free from fear. She reminds me a lot of Medusa. And considering it says Kali was rumored to have been born at the beginning of time, and Medusa, oh God, why do I do this to myself? I should have looked this up earlier. Medusa was not a titan. Oh my gosh. Herbal. I'm feeling stupid now. There is more to Medusa than many people understand. She was a Gorgon, one of 3 Gorgons, a human female with living snakes. There is a reason that Ovid. There we go. Medusa was originally a beautiful maiden, but when Neptune mated with her in Minerva's temple, Minerva punished Medusa by transforming her beautiful hair into horrible snakes. In classical Greek art, the depiction of Medusa shifted from hideous beast to attractive young woman, both aggressor and victim, a tragic figure in her death. So, Anyway, call on Kali when you are seeking protection and wanting to overcome your fears. Goddess of destruction, Kali calls for you to face your shadow self. Things lurking underneath may be disrupting what you are trying to achieve on the surface. Facing those aspects of yourself is the only way forward. Kali helps you embrace them so you can truly be free from fear. Damn it. I hate it when they talk right to me. I know I need to do some serious shadow work right now, but damn it, why they gotta call me out like that? All right. I was in one of my witchy groups this morning because as I am getting ready for my live, of course I have Facebook up every day. And I want to say it was my neurodivergent witch group. One of the other witches posted a picture of the man himself and said, it may seem weird, but she has a picture of him on her altar. And all of us are like, oh no, makes perfect sense. And as I said, I do this daily live every day, and I wrap it up every day with a quote from him. Because despite his having been a Presbyterian minister, he was wise and so kind. His religion, while it was labeled Presbyterian and he worshiped the Christian God, his religion was love and kindness. So, yeah. Ooh, this one goes along with the DBT stuff I'm doing. So, but because of that, I respect him. So, today's Namaste. Ooh. Nope, we'll save that one for later. Today's Namaste. Oh, excuse me. When we are passionate about an issue, we can become immersed in a feeling we don't quite understand. Learn to name your emotions. This will help you understand what you are feeling. Getting to know what is driving you will allow you to connect with what you stand for. I am going. I am going to find, because there are, I actually was just recently sent a PDF of different emotions. I'm going to find one and upload it to my pages and the group so that we have something like that, because it is very useful. Instead of letting your passion and emotions take over your actions and thoughts, name your emotions so you will have more awareness of why you are feeling or acting a certain way. Oh my God, that is such a DBT thing. DBT, dialectical behavior therapy, commonly used in people who have lived through copious amounts of trauma. I was originally referred to DBT therapy 20 years ago, and the VA had a waiting list at that point that I was put on, and unfortunately, I hit the top of the waiting list just as it was decided we were moving to Seattle. So it has taken me until just recently to be able to start taking DBT classes. They're quite useful, by the way. Today's self-compassion. I like this one because this one actually has caused some conflict between the hubby and I. Regardless of the outcome, can you give yourself credit for a time that you stood up for what was right? You know the old saying that the older you get, the more conservative you get? Don't understand that one because I'm not. He kind of is, and I can see where he's coming from. Because he is getting sicker the older he gets. Thank you, COVID, right? He does not have the physical ability to, defend his family and home the way he used to. So he is becoming the sit down, shut up, don't make waves kind of person. My hat is very cockeyed, I see. Nope. Maybe. Nope. But yeah, he is becoming the sit down, shut up, don't make waves kind of person. It's just going to drive me nuts. So that, he doesn't have to defend us. Whereas the older I get, I'm going, I have a voice. I have a platform here. I have friends, family, loved ones, people out there that I care about who don't have that voice. I'm going to scream from the rooftops for the people that don't have a voice. I don't give a fuck if it makes other people uncomfortable, because making other people uncomfortable is the only way to make changes. And now, let's see what Mr. Rogers has to say. We are all neighbors. I think I have read that one. Oh, I'm pretty sure I've read that one. I love this. I don't think I've read this one. When you combine your own intuition with a sensitivity to other people's feelings and moods, you may be close to the origins of valuable human attributes such as generosity, altruism, compassion, sympathy, and empathy. Sympathy and empathy and compassion for your fellow human being can go so fucking far in today's society. Because that is where so many are lacking, especially in politics. Yes, you have a point there, Vanna. See, the older I get, the more liberal I am becoming, because I am seeing the more conservative viewpoint as being more self-centered. And how do I put the more centered around the self. And I am, as I get older, becoming more aware of my place as a part of a global community. And having grown up in the type of family I did, where, we were very much every man for themselves. And I don't like that. I firmly believe now in, reaching out and helping my fellow person. And I'm seeing the quote unquote conservative view of not being that way, you know? Um, Maybe that's just my view. I will accept that. But what I am seeing of the quote unquote conservatives is that they are very lacking in compassion. That's true. So, today's candle, not that I forgot to light it, it's taken me a while to finally decide. Today's candle, I will be honest, is for my own household because, well, we be sick as shit here. May we, everyone but me in the house, because all three of the men are sick, may my men recover quickly and with very little side effects. On that note, I will bid you all a fond fair adieu. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. Don't be a dick. Spread love, spread joy, spread kindness.